milk from Scarlett and Cal. Scarlett still has just a little bit of colostrum in her milk, which is normal, being almost 24 hours after she kidded. And then Cal's got pure milk, which is normal, being almost 48 hours after kidding. And I thought we'd just see them real quick. I had to get chores done. Hi, baby girl. Oh, I know. Hello. What are you doing, Mama? Cal is out there being a bully to her daughter, who's due next. Look at her, but she's like, hey, Willow, are you trying to be Miss Ringer? Huh? Hello, Miss Jules. So you're up next, aren't you, girly? Yep, you're due next week. You're supposed to be 40 degrees on your due date. Is you licking me, girl? Huh? Are you licking me? Cal, is you being a bully like always? But that's the girls. We got a round bell coming, so hopefully we can get this cleaned out and a new round bell in there, which would be nice, so we're not feeding all our square bells. I think we have what they said that we got left for our square bell hay anyway is only 64 bales, and then we'll have to go back to the, which my husband does not want to do. He's been looking at other hay actually. Mr. Eli here. I still got to water these boys, but that's the only thing I got left to do, so I thought I'd go ahead and grab my camera, let you guys know what's going on. Did I say what the date is? It's February 19th. So I came out. Yesterday, Holly had her babies, right? Well, I came back out later. What was, to milk. And, I came in just to check on her babies. I haven't counted any babies yet or anything like that, but when I reached in there and I always feel around everything. There were 4 babies in the front and they were cold. There were some babies in the back with hair on them that were warm. I pulled them 4 babies out, brought them inside. One I could hear just barely squeaking. So I put them on a heating pad, got the bodies warmed up. One did survive. I brought it back out last night. Sorry, I wasn't even paying attention. Brought it out back out last night and felt today. And they're all alive. I don't know how many she has. It's still pretty cold. This is her second litter, the 3rd time being bred. Yes, Mama, you did a good job. So I was like, I didn't want to have to just say, this was her bad, for having those 3 dead babies. These 4 babies that were in the front of the box were big. A lot bigger than what the other ones in there were. And they had ate because their bellies were full. They just were cold. For some reason, she didn't pull them and push them up in there. And I'm not sure why. I'm not sure. But this morning I come out. I put some wool in there because I felt like I put wool in everybody's boxes that's had babies to feel like just a little more warmth, because we're still getting down into the negatives at night. And Miss Belle here, this is her second litter. No, third litter. Is this your second or third litter? So I've got one daughter from you. We butchered your, yes, this is your 3rd batch. Your 3rd litter, huh? She's got babies in there. I don't know how many. A good pile of them. Yeah, she's being pretty protective. I got her box out. I put some wool in there just so they could be a little bit warmer. And because I felt like she's got a lot of hair in there, but I just want to be safer, on the safe side. I don't want any frozen babies, because that's all it takes. I just wasn't out here soon enough, and I might have been able to save the other 3, but it is what it is. And then Miss Mabel down here, she had babies too, and I'm not sure how many. I didn't think she had enough hair, so I threw some wool in there with her. So she's got her babies. We'll probably count them this weekend. See, I'm going to check every day though. Put my hand in there, make sure we don't got no cold bodies in there or anything. And Miss Hannah here still, no babies as of today. No hair, nothing. She looks pretty big still. She's So I'm just gonna wait and see if maybe she still has them tonight. If not, she's gonna be bred back tomorrow. And that's gonna be her last try, because this will be her. She's only had one litter. And her litter, Hannah, who was her baby? That buck right there, that was her baby. That was supposed to have been Lily. So we're going to see if she ends up kindling still today. She pulled just a little bit of hair out and that was it. And then nothing else. So I don't know. This is her third time being bred. She's had 2 false pregnancies. And then this time around, I don't know. If she doesn't kindle, I think she might actually just be one that gets butchered, because I can't keep females that aren't gonna do what they're supposed to do. And I mean, give us babies. I mean, that's why I raise these rabbits, is for pelts and meat. And obviously we can't always try to have the best of the best, because sometimes it just don't work out that way. But this is, look at that. I didn't get that shut, and I thought I did. See, it did it again. It's not going anywhere. Thank you, Mabel, for letting me know. But yeah, that's 3 litters so far out of 8 that didn't take. We still are waiting on Miss Hannah. If she actually kindles still today, we don't know, but I'll let you guys know. My plans are to work on my blanket today and finish it. So I'm going to get my butt back inside now that I am ready to get inside. Get me something to eat. I got to grab my milk and go from there. I probably should let you guys see all these babies too. Everyone's doing great. These, they're growing pretty fast now. They look good. These babies are getting big. These are all the litters that did get taken last month that we ended up having. Right, babies? Yeah. Right, little ones? Right? Oh, look at you. You're so pretty. Yes, you are. Look at all you guys. Look at ya. Yeah. Standing on their frozen waters. Here's Honey's babies. Hello, everyone. Hi, little chubby cheeks. Little chubby cheek babies. Man, your guys' waters are disgusting. It's like they freeze and then they poop and pee in them. Hello, everyone. Hello, precious. Man, you guys drank all your water already. You guys didn't know. Hello. Hi, everyone. But that's everybody. We have a warm-up coming next week, which is glorious. It's just going to make a mess of things, because a few of those days that they were calling for snow, they're saying it's going to rain now. But when you're up in the high 30s to almost 40 and it's supposed to snow and then it rains, that would be the question, and that would be the reason. I'm really thinking about things, how I want to do for like my goat barn, my rabbit barn. I almost think I should just have it all attached onto this one side. Have my whole rabbit and goat barn and hay storage all in this area right here. Like, these trees would have to go out. And of course on the back side of the barn would be goat pasture all the way from one side to the other for the girls. And I want a bigger lean-to going that way. But I don't think 10 feet is going to be big enough. I think I want to do probably 15 feet off that lean-to. Have that 15 feet enclosed with this opened on this end right here in this wall that you see that is closed, that would be opened up into that too. And then I could put some kidding stalls for the mamas to actually kid in. And then that way they're not being, you know, pushed around by the other does. They could actually be in, when I see them in labor, I could stick them in a stall. And then I want at least 2 to 3 different kidding stalls for baby kids to be in inside that hut too, with lamps and stuff that we could run. And then I gotta go grab my milk. Then the goat area there inside, which I'll show you guys what my plans are to try to do. This side, I want a lean-to put on here, probably a 15-foot lean-to, whatever this ends up being right here, because this I think would be plenty for putting some round bales in for the goats, and then hay for the rabbits. So like this whole section here would be for hay storage. It would have a roll-up door on it. I want to move my window and this door to over here. I would like to put a window, or a door right here, and then a window right here, so I could switch those two around. And see right there at this middle part, this from here over I want to be my milk parlor. From this over I want to be my milk house area. So I'd have shelving, a bulk tank, a refrigerator, a sink, more shelving, you know, just cleansy area. This would be an open spot here with plexiglass so you could see into this if you wanted, and into here. And then I would want another door actually put on this side so I could bring the girls in, unlatch their heads, and they could go back out that direction. So I'm not trying to bring girls in and girls trying to go out. It's a pain in the butt, really, especially when you get more at a time. I mean, I have milked up to 28 goats at a time here on this farm, so I know what it's like to milk a lot of goats. That's the goals. I'm not sure when this is going to happen. It's just money. That's what it's going to take, because we can have the builders that did this come out and put all this up. And then from this section where I want hay, I would like another section added on to this for my rabbits to be in. And I would like probably 6 windows together, 3 on each side of the, no, it wouldn't work like that. So there could be windows on the east side of the building, 3 at least. A door and a roll-up door is what I would like. So if I want airflow in there, I can roll that door up during the summertime and there'd be plenty of air running through there. And then I would like a small lean-to off the side of that where my feed-outs would go. So we'll see what we end up getting, and if that is really how it ends up being. But like I said, we just have to get the money, and God willing, we will. He'll finance us with it, and we'll get it all done. Like when it comes to my rabbit hides and for the blankets I'm making, I'm hoping that I have plenty of customers who are interested in that and then buy those from me so I can put it right back to the farm. Same with like milk shares and my soaps that I sell and my lotions and stuff that I make from the goats. It's just all this I'm doing here, I hope to put back into the homestead and make it a better place. Not just for us, but for my animals too. I want to give them everything we could possibly give them in the best life possible. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for viewing. We appreciate each and every one of you. I do personally. And we'll see everybody tomorrow. Till next time. God bless you all. I hear my pot. I was just getting ready to sit down and start on my blanket so I could finally get that finished today, and then I heard my pot. I actually was already sitting and watched a couple videos. Meat Rabbits is one. I like watching her. She's out of Massachusetts. She's talking about her Argentinians that she's got. beautiful rabbits and that they're due pretty soon. And they're a heritage breed, and she's trying to do her job by raising some and, you know, trying to make them out. But I think they are pretty, for sure. There's another channel that she doesn't post very often, but when she does, she's got the orange Argentines, or reds maybe, but they're orange, I think. Trying to get you guys up so you can still see me while I can still do my tea. Just overall, I thought, you know, I don't really want to get into any other rabbits than my New Zealand's, even though, you know, try to help out like an heritage breed or whatnot. But I think what I'm doing with my New Zealand rabbits is perfect. Let me grab my teas that I need. And go from here. So this tea right here, this is mainly for my eyesight. So I take this. This has got the eyesight tea leaf in it, and the bilberry tea leaf. That's good for your eyes too. So I take this daily, once a day. I don't use any honey in it. I just drink it as it is. And then this is my Mushroom Wellness. It's got lion's mane in it, and relish, shiitake, a whole bunch of different ones, all that are good for inflammation, your eyesight, mental health, to help remember things, because I have a heck of a time remembering anything. And then I put an extra thing of bilberry in there. That's what this is. This is just a bilberry leaf tea. I just started doing this just a few days, about a week or so ago. I was going to say a few days ago. It's been a little longer than a few days ago. So that's 3 that go in that. I've got my steaks out right now. My grass-fed steaks for tonight for me for dinner. We're going to put this. I can see where my line is, where it's at. Right. And those will steep for about 15 minutes or so. That water is pretty hot, so they'll steep for quite a while before I'll be able to drink it, which is fine. I'll put these back up in the cupboard. And then we will get ourselves back out here. I'm going to take you guys along with me. Back out to where I was going to start to do my the remaining of my blanket. And I think what I'm going to do is just set you guys up where I had you before, because I was actually going to do this for this video anyways. Kind of let you guys talk with you and let you guys know and watch me do this. So let me see if I can get you guys up here without this falling down or anything. Hopefully, I can't see. Yeah, you guys should be able to see. So this blanket does have a couple holes in it. I went to show Billy it when I got that 4th row done on here, and he says, beautiful. It looks good, but you got holes in it. I said, yeah, I know it's got holes in it. I'm okay with that because, actually I want this down here. Because I have, my eyes are not that great today for some reason. I'm not sure why. But I'm going to set this down here because I got to put my this will probably be enough to do that line, but I'm not sure. I've got to get my cutter. And try to get this cut off. Actually, I'm going to try to do it down here. And I didn't get it. The babies must be sleeping because it's pretty quiet. Usually if they hear me talking, they'll be crying if they're hungry. I'm feeding them pretty heavily just because they need to be. They're almost done completely. Probably another couple feedings today and they'll be completely done with all the colostrum that they're, at least the bucks have, that their mamas produced. And then Miss Paige, she's got one bottle left of powdered colostrum that she'll be able to drink. It usually takes 6 of my arm lengths to do this, to do a whole line. This is 3. There's 4. Yeah, I think it's going to be this whole line. That's 5. 6. So that worked out. Thank you, Lord, for that. We are going to knot this end right here since this is my cutoff end from when I was cutting it before. We've had deer come clear up to the house here. Let me take this out of my mouth so I can talk. That night that Cal had her babies, I came up on the side of the house here and I heard something go because it took off. They took off running. They must have seen my light, and then the babies were crying when I was taking them back up here. So I was carrying two at once. Okay, that's a pretty good knot right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's that. I'm just going to run it because this is what happens. It can get tangled pretty easily. Okay. Just run it so it's nice and non-knotty because we don't want it knotty. They do get knots though if you're not careful when you're doing this. Okay. Hopefully I can see well enough to actually get this through here. I can figure out which side it is right there. Yeah, I can barely see that. My eyes are really bad today. I'm not sure why. All right. I gotta get the glasses on because I can't see well enough to do that. I sound a little horsey, but I'm not sick. Turn my light on so I can see. Does this help? Oh yeah. Yeah, I can see that now. Ta-da! See how, like, that's amazing. It really is. Thank you, Jesus, for us finding these glasses, because it really does help. Definitely for doing this. I can see very, very, not really like long distance, like it's kind of blurry out there because I don't need it for like long distance. But I do need it for more close-upness. Is that an extra one? have the sides on these even hooked together. I just figured I'd just sew the bottom and then I could do the tops later, or the sides, I mean. So I'm going to fold this down like this, kind of have it come up like this, so I can just kind of set it like this and sew. So hopefully you guys are still able to see, because I can't see you very well at all, if any. So see, we already got a knot started. I don't even know how that even, sometimes I'm just like, how does this even happen? Because everything can't be simple and easy. Jesus died on the cross for us, so why should our lives be simple and easy? It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be difficult, and we're supposed to struggle, right? With everything that we do. There are times that we have good seasons, though, don't get me wrong. There are times where Jesus is very good, and we have good times, but in all reality, it's not that great all the time, because we have to struggle, and it's okay to struggle. They're all blessings, struggles in disguise. I do want to get around and start getting my seedlings started soon. I had to order like those nipples I was talking about. I had to order some of my organic wormer feed on that I use for the girls, for my goats. That works wonderfully. I don't have a problem at all dealing with it. This needs to be pulled through. There we go. For some reason I had a notch right there. Okay. So I got 8 pounds of some powdered milk coming. Shepherd's Blend, I think it's what it's called. It's got the coccidity prevention in it. This is a mess. I always end up having this like this until I can get it to the point where it doesn't do this. Less of lacking. But I got some of that ordered. That was like, it pretty much took everything my daughter gave me for my Rabbitry membership that I'm supposed to be paying with. It's taken almost everything that she's given me, because the nipples and the wormer was like 60 or 70 bucks, and then the 8 pounds of the milk replacer was another $60, I think, with shipping, because it was like $15 to ship it. Someone's getting into stuff downstairs, obviously. You can hear that. Someone knocked something down, because nobody knows how to stay off anything. This is a mess. Somehow I got my needle stuck in it now, wrapped up in this. And so I'm like kind of short on money, but I am getting paid through YouTube this month from last month's, which I greatly appreciate. So that money will have to most likely stay in there to help pay for my membership. But at least I could kind of flourish it back to where it was. And, you just got to keep going for what you're trying to do. God will provide. Billy actually went back to work today. We need that. He's supposed to have a doctor's appointment this Friday, but he said he really can't afford to take it off. So he wants to have me call and reschedule, which I got to do that sometime today, because I think I'm going to do it anyways. Just call and have him cancel it and have it rescheduled for a different time. It's just another checkup is what it is. I'm really hoping to be able, there's so much things I would like to get, but if I have to hand do everything until I can afford it, then that's what I'm just going to have to do. Because I would really like to get a fur machine. This would really save on my hands. And I told myself today, my husband has got to take my milk machine in tonight. Because them girls, between the two of them, and they're not even in full-blown milk, they almost gave me a gallon of milk with a little bit of colostrum in it today. And I can say that my hands hurt after milking. Those that have been with us for a long time knows my milk machine is pretty loud. It's not very, I constantly have to try to remind myself to check that. There's been a few times I've pulled the needle through and then pulled it right off the needle because I didn't pay attention. I just think, boy, if I had a machine, I'd probably be almost done with this already. This is going to take me probably about 2 hours to do. And I'm not even joking. This takes about 2 hours for me to sew one whole section of a line on this. And this blanket isn't even that big. Like a queen blanket's going to have 10 hides, 10 to 12 hides wide. Lengthwise, this has only got 8. So you can imagine 2 more hides would be right out here most likely, and then 2 more hides from that would even be even longer. So you can imagine what it's like. And then, when I'm charging for my time to be put into these blankets, when you're hand sewing, the time it takes a lot longer, obviously, when you hand sew than if you are just machine sewing it. Yeah, it's definitely a blessing. I feel like every day is a blessing. I feel like I asked the Lord, to give us, for the dairy goats, healthy mamas, healthy babies, easy deliveries with no complications, and I can say truly that I feel very blessed so far on these 2 deliveries that we have had. Cal being the pro that she is, and Scarlett being the first time she's kidded here, even though she was born here. But like I have mentioned before, my dad wanted to start with some dairy goats, and I gave him Scarlett and Jules, and then when he was getting back out of them because of just not being able to do it no more physically, I asked him for them back, and I'm glad that I did because he was just going to sell them. But I did ask him prior to that if he ever, didn't want them no more, that I wanted them back. But he claims that he didn't remember that, but was glad that I got a hold of them when I did. And I'm thankful to have them back. I really am. I can start doing soaps again. My lotions I want to put in jars. I don't want to do plastics no more. So I want to get away from plastic stuff and put my lotions in jars. I think it would just be much better. It'll cost more, but I'm okay with that because I know that the people that are purchasing it are getting a better experience out of it without the chemicals of plastic being put into an all-natural product to begin with. And then I can't wait to make our own butter and our ice cream and my own yogurt and cottage cheese and everything that I love, and cheese that I love to eat dairy-wise with our goat's milk. There is going to be a period though this winter that I know that I'm not going to have any milk because I don't have anybody to necessarily keep milking through right yet. And just to wait on that. I got this first row of this blanket laying on my legs, and I can tell you that I am toasty warm. It is quite warm right here on my legs. It's a very, very nice feeling knowing that these blankets are going to be super warm for people that actually need them to be warm. I think for right now what I'm just going to do are just make some throws, because I can make these a lot faster than I can a blanket. Even though I've got requests for blankets to be made, I've got to get me some totes. I've already got stacks of stuff, of hides, that are going to be starting some of the blankets that I've got to get done by this Christmas. But in between there, I want to try to make it so I can make some decent size throws to sell, and probably about the size of this one. This throw is pretty large. I can wrap myself inside this long ways and then probably be able to wrap partially again. Ouch. I just poked my thumb on my other side where I don't have a thimble protector at. A thimble, I guess is what they're called, not a thimble. Thankfully, the weather is a little warmer today than what it's been the last few days, which is always a blessing. And we just, I don't know, the way that people think and the way that our world is, I know is a lot of reasons why the people think that they think. But overall, I got some of that. I can hear the water in my ear. Today was my last day on that prednisone. Right now I can hear the water moving in my ear. They said that's actually what that is. I got fluid on the back side of my eardrum, and it's because they're saying that sinus cavity, that your ear, see, that hurts when I push right there too almost. When that ear in the back of the drum has fluid in it and it can't drain out into your sinus, that's what you get. They said the only way you get that is if you have allergies or have had a cold. I have not had a cold, but I've had occasionally where I've had a sniffly nose and sneezing and stuff, but not an actual cold that made me have like a sore throat or coughing or anything like that, just a runny nose. And it's not like it's every day. It's like in the evening I'll get it. I'll sneeze quite a bit, or during the day I might get it just a little bit, but then it's gone by the end of the day. So I don't know if I do have allergies going on, and that's the reason. They said that I most likely have allergies, and that's what's causing it. But I don't know. How do you have allergies in the winter? My only thing is I have to have allergies from whatever's in this house. And I honestly think it's from the dog being in the room. He's in our bedroom all the time now that Max is in the house. And Max is in the house out here because the two of them just can't be trusted together. They both like to push each other's buttons and then try to fight. But what do you do? Billy feels bad for Max because he's got nobody outside, and he's not got, like, to keep warm, and Max don't move very well in the cold because Max was tested positive for Lyme disease, but when you do a urine sample, he tests positive every time in his blood, which means he was bit by a Lyme disease tick somewhere out here. But when you do his urine analysis, however you want to pronounce that, he comes back negative for it. So he has the antibodies for the Lyme disease in his blood, and it's not to the point where it's showing up on him every day, but I think it is. I think it's showing up somewhat. And well, Billy feels bad. He's like, we got one dog that has allergies, which is Brutus. He should be in a bubble. He's allergic to fleas, and he's got eye goop. He's got his right eye. It's his right eye that doesn't produce tears, so he's got to use fake tears. Have put in his eye. He has like these wheezing, coughing attacks or something, where he can't hardly move when he does it. You got Max, who acts very stiff, like his joints hurt. And Lyme disease, it causes like a arthritis type pain. And Billy always thinks that Max's wrists, his ankles are swollen. He thinks that those are always swollen on him. I don't know. I could tell today that since Max is inside, he is acting a little stiff. But I thought that he only acted stiff when he was outside in the cold. We don't think Max is going to have much more of a life left on him because of the Lyme disease. But Billy just wants to give him the best that he can give him for right now. And then when he is gone, Billy would like to get two life guardian type dogs that can deal with the winter, who don't have to have, the best of the best shelters, but that can protect our property and the animals that we have on it. He doesn't want to have to house them with the animals, so he wants to put a perimeter around their perimeter where the dogs will be able to run and protect. Now, like for instance, if a hawk tries to get, the chickens or something, that's something that the dogs aren't going to be able to probably get to because they're not in the pen with them, but at the same time, maybe just having the dogs run around the perimeter would be enough. I don't know. That's something that we're just going to have to see. And we'll just have to go from there. My mom wants to have a couple of goats out at her property to help eat down the fenced in area that she's got. And I think that would be great because we could take our bucks out there and they could stay the summer and fall up to about the time that they're ready to be butchered, and then we could go and get them and have them butchered. But then they could eat her grass for her, keep her pasture mowed down, and we all have like a win-win situation. This is the reason why I don't usually take this way, because it gets caught on my blanket here. So we'll see. She just wanted two just to have, and I said, you know what, Mom, why don't you ask Robert about this and talk about it and let me know. And I said, just to allow us to bring all the bucks over that we're using for meat, and then you don't have to worry about hay for the winter time, because I don't think she's thinking about, she's going to have hay for the winter for the goats that if she does not want to do that ends up just keeping a couple of the boys. She said she wanted one, and I said, Mom, they're herd animals, you gotta have two. Okay, two then, LOL. And I was like, well, maybe just to help them out, it would still keep it so their pasture could be ate down. The goats would be eating grass and weeds and brush like they're supposed to. But I said they would have to get their fence. Their fence was for horses, not goats. It's like a 2-line electric line. They could still do the electric on it, but they would have to put more lines down, make them closer together, because you can have goats in electric fence. I've had goats in electric fence. And I'm not talking like a netting electric either. I'm talking like actual electric wire. I had like 8 lines ran. And they respected it. They stayed off of it. It was the cheapest way that I could afford to do it, and it did keep the goats where they needed to be. So I've already thought about doing that to fence in some of our wooded area with some line fencing to let the girls graze on the brush and stuff. Keep it mowed down for us. Because we'll be working out back here now this summer, not up there. I know Billy said something about he wants to get chicken area done. so we can get chickens and whatnot in here like we're supposed to. Okay. Alright, I got that first one done, whatever time that is. I'm not going to keep you guys here and just keep talking with you. I just figured I would let you guys hang out with me for this first one. So it's on, which is nice. And then I'll get the second one started and then just have to keep going down it. And we'll go from there. My tea should be good enough now that I can use it, drink it like it's supposed to. So thank you guys for watching again. The next video I'll probably take you guys in the baby room before they get put out and do a video with them and just kind of give you guys some different content. That's kind of what happens when kidding season comes around, because you'll get more like me milking the girls and more baby goat time, you know, spent, and it's just it's our seasons here on the homestead, you know, where we're gonna have to start doing seedlings and get that stuff, and then you got the garden, you got goats, you got rabbits, you got chickens, you got horses, you got gardening, you know, it's just everything that goes on in the seasons of our homestead. And if you have your own homestead, you know the different seasons that you have in it too. So, and this is something that comes in seasons too, because if your does don't take, you don't have meat and you don't have pelts. So it's a bummer. It really is. I'm having a lot of trouble getting my girls to settle, it seems like, and them to take. I'm not sure if it's got something to do with my bucks either, but I don't know. We'll see. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for viewing, and we'll see you next time. God bless you all. Let's see. Can I get it? Where's it at?